Don't pass on what you heard today from the forum. Just stay quiet. Go have your coffee and your chocolate bar if that's how you feel about your own life and the lives of your children. But we want to live. And even more, we want your children to live.
Absolutely.
We don't want to die. And we don't want our We don't want to die. And we don't want our children to die. And if you don't want that either, you must stand with us. That's all we ask of you, is be confident, understand what it is that we're saying, because if you don't understand, it will be disingenuous. Take this information and understand that's all we ask of you for your own life and for your children's lives. But if you don't care about your lives and the lives of your children, then just stay silent. Don't pass on what you heard today from the forum. Just stay quiet. Go have your coffee and your chocolate bar if that's how you feel about your own life and the lives of your children. But we want to live. And even more, we want your children to live.
Absolutely.
We don't want to die. And we don't want our children to die. And if you don't want that either, you must stand with us. That's all we ask of you, is be confident, understand what it is that we're saying, because if you don't understand, it will be disingenuous. Take this information and understand that's all we ask of you for your own life and for your children's lives. But if you don't care about your lives and the lives of your children, then just stay silent. Don't pass on what you heard today from the forum. Just stay quiet. Go have your coffee and your chocolate bar if that's how you feel about your own life and the lives of your children. But we want to live. And even more, we want your children to live.
Absolutely.
We don't want to die. And we don't want our children to die. And if you don't want that either, you must stand with us. That's all we ask of you, is be confident, understand what it is that we're saying, because if you don't understand, it will be disingenuous. Take this information and understand that's all we ask of you for your own life and for your children's lives. But if you don't care about your lives and the lives of your children, then just stay silent. Don't pass on what you heard today from the forum. Just stay quiet. Go have your coffee and your chocolate bar if that's how you feel about your own life and the lives of your children. But we want to live. And even more, we want your children to live.
Absolutely.
We don't want to die. And we don't want our children to die. And if you don't want that either, you must stand with us. That's all we ask of you, is be confident, understand what it is that we're saying, because if you don't understand, it will be disingenuous. Take this information and understand that's all we ask of you for your own life and for your children's lives. But if you don't care about your lives and the lives of your children, then just stay silent. Don't pass on what you heard today from the forum. Just stay quiet. Go have your coffee and your chocolate bar if that's how you feel about your own life and the lives of your children. But we want to live. And even more, we want your children to live.
Absolutely.
We don't want to die. And we don't want our children to die.
Десно. Добре. Между другото, да, минуса, както разбрахте, умножих си минус по минус плюс и въобще по-нататък няма знаменател.
Hello, Vlad, buddy, hi. Hello.
Hi.
Her heard you had a huge earthquake over there. How are you? How are you? How are the guys? You need any help?
It's too late to offer help. Dug a hole for yourself, so stay in there.
What the fuck? Look, I don't get it. Why didn't they show a green map of Europe? Why is it only for Americans? Have you heard anything? Just be honest.
No, haven't heard a thing.
So, what are we gonna do now?
Support the Creative Society even more.
Well, I think we need to push harder for the green zones. Before there's a frenzy. Get visas, sell everything we got, and get the hell out of here. I also feel like we've been screwed over. Those in the know, they've been in the loop for a while, and we? Who are we? Just foot soldiers. Think about all the stuff we've done for the cause. Remember all that time and effort we put in? And some didn't hear us. Others screwed us. And now you want to push even harder for CS?
We didn't waste time. We made the best use of it. Hey, remember you said you knew the vice president of ASP? Why don't we get in touch with him? He's an erudite, intelligent man.
Hey, are you even listening to me?
Yeah, I hear you. Do you hear yourself?
What's wrong?
Well, that's selfish.
That's a hell of a twist, buddy. How exactly is it selfish?
In what you're saying.
Wow, surprise. Surprise. You know, there's one thing I've noticed for a long time. Although, what's the point of talking to you anyway?
pin and then see it. I don't know. I've been trying to figure that out all year.
Yeah,
How to pin a damn comment.
I just tried that too. I couldn't figure out it. I didn't see anything on their comment, even how to pin it. Doesn't give me the option to do that. So I don't know. I don't see a pin icon anywhere. When you click on the comment or whatever, the person, it's not showing that pin. You know what I'm saying? It's showing sub and all that kind of stuff, but it's not showing anything for a pin comment.
Hang on, I think it's in guest. I think it's in guest. I saw that pinned comment, you guys. I seen that. I just don't remember where I saw it at.
Well, if you see it, then yeah, pin these comments that are in here already about the global crisis on my other account. That's what I came over here like. Okay, I'm gonna trick TikTok. I'm gonna come and try to pin.
I'm actually on a comment right now. I see that it says level 0 member sub guest at, and then they add or subtract the friend. Yes. And on the top corner, there's 3 little dots, right? And it doesn't say anything about pin. It doesn't even showing anything like that.
I don't know. Oh,
if you do that.
Hang on, guys. I saw it on here. I saw the pin comment. I don't remember where I saw it at. I think you have to click on the comment.
Yeah, but that's like not working, right? So I'm on my Tia Way account and I'm going to click on this all account, right? And try to pin that comment right there. I don't see no option here.
I don't either. May have to go to TikTok platform and ask that question, or ask Google. How do you pin a comment on TikTok?
Oh, Google. Good old Google.
At least we'll give you some accurate news, depending on what you're looking for.
Discernment and intuition, please. Strong instincts when you are when you are doing your research and using Google as a search engine.
Oh yeah.
Search.
So if you find it, Ricky, let us know.
What happened?
Yeah.
We're trying to figure out how to pin comments.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not showing it on the page here that you can do that. Or how do you do that?
Hang on.
We might have to Google it.
I'm following to do that. Ability to do. To have that access, that feature access, is there like a requirement for it? Is what I'm asking.
I don't know.
Yeah, to have access to that feature, is there like credential or requirement?
Yeah, there is in the settings, but you've already had that setting, so to pin comments, it's already on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what happened is I got a phone call, and I hung up, and the phone call, it disturbed the live. That's what happened.
The 3 dots next to the comment. The 3 dots next to the comment. All right, so how do you pin the comment? Because when you click on the comment, it just brings up the person's, block, mute, and all that shit. It doesn't show anything in the comment. Now, if I go to your page and I look at the 3 dots, the 3 dots says report, mute, block, add as moderator, or cancel. That's all I see. And next to it, it says, it tells you how many followers you have, level 18, member, sub, guest at, and then, add or subtract friend. I don't see anything about pinning. Hold down on the comment. All right, let's hold down on the comment. Says send to friends. So you can actually send the comment to your friends or whatever if you hold down on the comment. And then just select your ID under the comment, right? And then send it. We'll try it. I'll send you this comment. Shona, I'll send you that comment. See if it pins it for you.
Yeah, even my girl says hold on to the comment.
Yeah, I just tried it. I just sent
sent that to
That
me
comment
in
to you.
TikTok Messenger or whatever. You didn't send it to me during this live. Option should be on the screen when for any moderator moderating a live, we should be able to find this damn pin icon. There should be an icon that we click on to pin a comment, and it should be on the comment. You should have to click on the comment to pull it up because you're trying to pin a particular comment. So it's not going to be anywhere else. It should be under whatever comment you're trying to pin. Yeah, hold this down. Like, let me see if I could pin. Let me see.
So that thing I just sent you went to your
Oh.
messenger.
Well, okay, so when I clicked on bell, it gave me a little bit more option, but still no pin. Translate, mute, block, report. What about these three bars? Nope. Nope.
I don't know what you mean by a card or cash bias system. What does
Yeah.
that mean? If you're talking about the financial system for the Creative Society that will be in play, if you look at my bio, it says the Vashad NPC. You can Google it. You can't go to the site from my bio because TikTok doesn't allow that. So go outside into the search field, whatever search field you use, and type that into the search field. It'll bring that system right up for you. And then it's like, you can take you about 30 minutes to read it all. But it's a system that was introduced to the governments, and all the government branches refused to use it because it would expose them for all the corruption they're doing. So it would keep track of the financial system of the Creative Society. So Creative Society would have sole use of it. All of us, you, me, everyone that's involved with the Creative Society, when we vote on this, we'll have access to that system, but only for, borrowing money on the system or getting your basic UBI will be generated through that system monthly. And it's not corruptible. You can't manipulate it in any way. And this is why the governments today refuse to use it. And they'll all be exposed if they hook up to that system.
Understanding of the Vashad MPC software is if you go thoroughly read through that technology, because it's still, I'm still today understanding this quantum computing, it's what it is. So today, data and information, there's so much of it that human beings can't keep up with it. And that's a lot of where you get this corruption of the capability of it happening without anyone knowing, because the data and information that we are currently in, not any system that we have in place can handle the vast amount of information and data. So we need a quantum computing to handle this data and information, one that is unhackable, one that can't be taken over. It needs to be transparent and open. So this is one of the things that it's because of the 8 pillars why these technologies will be safe and be used to benefit humanity. It will be the 8 laws that aim to protect and guide us into using these technologies in betterment for humanity.
Yeah, and also it'll be like a cashless type of system, like a digital, meaning that we can create as much money as we like. We all will be able to vote on that. So our estimation is 10,000, but it could be more or it could be a little less depending on what we as human beings vote on. But according to the AI, that 10,000 is plenty. Basically, as long as the prices go down, is plenty for us. So, and the prices can't go up. So as long as they go out, as long as they go down, we have plenty of cash, meaning that vertical gardens, gardening systems, farming systems, vertical farming systems will, guys.
Yeah, that
It'll
AI
keep
system
them down
protects,
at a
that
tremendous
protects
rate.
that
I mean, it's
Vashad
really healthy.
is uncorruptible. You can't manipulate it in any way, and it will catch you if you try it. You see what I'm saying? So you cannot put any kind of false information into that system that it won't know about. And as far as that goes, it's instant. The information is instant. Not like it is today. You got to wait 5 minutes for a reply or anything like that, because the AI system today is not at a quantum level. So
Yeah.
our
Okay,
your
let me
cell
give
phone
you an
technology around the world, it takes a time because there's a lag, right? With quantum, there's no lag. Zero. It's instant. Go ahead, Ricky.
Yeah, I'll give them an example of that real quick. I'll give them an example. Basically, if someone tries to tamper with the system, the AI system detects it and then it goes public. And whoever tried to do that, their name will go public and people will know who this person was who tried to mess up our economy. And also, I want to explain a little more about the vertical farming of how prices will go down with you guys, okay? Basically, what the vertical farming can do is feed 50 billion people. That means this is only temporary as far as eating meat goes. And when we get the replicator, we'll be able to replicate the meat, and our animals, we won't have to do that. We won't have to hurt animals anymore to consume. But vegetables, I know there's a lot of cooks out there, chefs out there who still like to cook with fresh vegetables, but it'll still be there, you guys. You get what I'm going? So all of that will still be there. Except when we get the replicator, we will no longer have to kill chickens, cows, pigs, or anything like that. We won't have to do any anymore because the replicator will give us fresh cooked meat, healthy fresh cooked meat. And the vertical
So
farms,
say goodbye to your meat
this
processing
eliminates
plants.
all pesticides. Yeah, this eliminates pesticides, all these poisons that go on our food. So I mean, it's actually pretty awesome.
It will all be choice as well. And when we mean we don't have to kill animals, we mean we will not be mass producing animals. We won't have any factories anymore that are producing meat and storing animals in such conditions and shooting them up with steroids, whatever else they put in there that's poisoning us in the long run. But so that's what we mean. So if you're like a farmer, or you want to raise animals and you want to, do it that way in that culture, then that's fine, because this is sovereignty and freedom. Everyone has the right to choose the way they want to live. This is key. Okay. Just because we offer and just because we have the capability of not ever eating a dead animal again, a live animal that becomes dead, we choose that. It'll be sovereign choice to choose to use that technology and to eat only cooked meat that's replicated and didn't come from a animal that was alive.
Yeah, like
Right.
me personally, I won't be. Once we get the replicator, I will be voting on stopping the massacre of animals because it doesn't make any sense once we have the replicator anymore. To those who disagree, I mean, that's your opinion, but I will be voting upon it, and a lot of others will be voting upon it too as well. So
Yeah, I'm neutral. I'm voting like I don't even want to vote on that because I mean it's like like people want to live on farms and they want to like do whatever. That's their identity. Or part of their identity is in that.
Yeah, you're not going to change the Amish.
Yeah, you're not
They're
going
still
to
live the way they
Amish.
live.
Exactly. And they'll have that right to adapt and and live within their culture. That is the purpose of this whole 8 pillars is to protect us. If it's not hurting any other human being or hurting society, live as you please.
I can pull up that video.
Which one? The vertical farming?
Yeah. It's right here. It's right in this conference.
Yeah, it's right in the forum. Yep.
If you
Hey,
guys
listen,
I really like if you're gonna pull up and show clips and shit, you got to pull up the economic model is very important. And
Yeah, the economic model would be great.
we hype on climate consistently, perpetually. Goddamn. Okay, we know climate, but the quantum technologies is very important because not a lot of people have concepts in quantum technology or understanding and comprehension, when we weren't taught that. And the economic model is important too because that's where a lot of questions come from. How is the economics going to work? How are you going to pay for this? Where's the money going to come from? Blah blah blah, da da da, questions after questions. So the global crisis, there's a responsibility. If you pull that up, fast forward to about the 7th hour, we can watch the economic model. We can watch the description of that. I'd like to see
Hey,
that.
Rooster, I wanted to add, behind you, there's a lot of glare from the background, from your outside. Is there any way you can cover that up? And everyone can see the screen much better then.
give me 1 minute, okay?
Sure, absolutely.
You got
The
it.
reason why we're informing everyone about the climate, what's happening, is because if we don't save the planet, we
I'll be
can't
right
have a
back.
creative society.
Yeah, we
You
know
can't
that.
live on a
Ruthie.
planet.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can't live on a planet that's dying if you want a world that's going to be better and make everybody's life better. It doesn't work that way. And now that's why we're telling
and if we
everybody
don't-
about
And if we
Yeah,
don't
the
save
one-
our planet, people, the wildlife's gonna perish with it too. There's no question, and they'll probably be the first to go because they're not gonna know how to react.
Yeah. So yeah, he get that going, and we're gonna try to get about the 7th hour of the global crisis. There's a way out. We're gonna try to get the showing of the economic model here going up in a
Yeah,
few minutes.
that was a good idea, Chana. That was a very good idea.
And well, it's important for us to understand the way the
Yeah.
economic is going to work in creative
And
society.
it gets
Actually,
off
No, we
and it
also
gets us off
understand
this
that nobody's
climate
going to go
shit.
back and watch the conference. Not many people go back and watch the conference,
no, they
but
don't.
if
Right.
you give them choices, if we give them bits and pieces that explain what's going on, this will in turn get them to go back and watch the whole thing. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yep.
about the 7th hour, when he gets back, let him know to fast forward to about the 7th, somewhere in there, 7th and 8th hour, when it starts to talk about the economic model. Because it's after the 8 pillars and the research where the scientists went all over the world asking people, what kind of society would you like to live in? This is what makes this project so significant, because this research was done. Human perspective was added into this whole idea. What the answers that were collected in such a question on a global scale is what brought forth these 8 pillars.
And with AI technology, these 8 pillars will be protected, and everything submitted within our communities, if anything violates human rights in any way or human safety or freedom, it won't be allowed.
And then you will have, so you got to realize that consumer society, the way that the way it's working right now, we have laws, we have constitutions, we have military, we have police, we have all these things. So it's an adaptation. Okay. The constitutions have to adapt and convert to the 8 pillars. So anything that's not alignment, that can't convert over because they violate one of those pillars, has to go. Our current, security that we already have, like our police, will have to adapt. They will have to align with the 8 pillars. And through that transition stage is where all of this is going to be implemented. And this is a 5-year process. And we need participation from all people from across the globe. This is not something that's going to happen overnight. It's going to take us years to create this. And
we also have police officers talking about the Creative Society.
yeah,
supporting it.
the AI and the automated AI will be ran out when the implementation of Creative Society. So there will be people that will be displaced, but they'll figure out what they're going to do, because there'll be so many opportunities and so many jobs created during this transitional stage that they will find their way to something that they actually enjoy doing. And if they choose to work, because it'll be choice in Creative Society, you'll have a choice. If you choose to work, you will only be required to work 16 hours a week, 4 hours a day. But it's still, again, it is choice. If you choose not to work, maybe you want to volunteer. Maybe $10,000 is enough for you to budget and live off and live well. And you decide to volunteer your work on causes that affect the community or society in general. This is the important part of transition stage, where we're creating this existence, where we're changing our ecosystem, our environment, our structures, to benefit our humanity, to benefit our ideology, to benefit our creativity, and to help develop our personalities, to liberate and free us. This is the reason for the universal income. That universal income is to calm our nature, to calm and take stress off us, no matter what we're faced. Maybe your family has to relocate to another location because there is a climate that we can't do nothing about. We've done all we can do and it's still going to run its course, and you need to be relocated. That social packet is going to benefit you in that relocation. Having a universal income and entitlement to free housing and education and anything else, the replicators and the generation capsules, which will we be building in the transitional stage. But during that time, we'll release cures and medicines and everything that we need.
You will be in
to
charge.
survive and live. Yeah.
All of us will be in charge. No one person will be in charge, because that creates corruption.
So the 8th pillar is self-governing society. So the entire globe becomes self-governing, and this will be affected on a global scale and on a smaller scale, whether it affects your town, city. Like I'm in America, and there's many states, and each state kind of operates like its own country. That'll trans and convert and go through a transitional stage when we implement these technologies, when we implement the 8 pillars, when we implement the social package. The social package for creative society is entitled to every citizen on earth. This is your only credential needed, is that you are a citizen of earth.
You're a human being and your life is valuable. So if your life is valuable, so is everyone else's.
You would be able
That's
to
how
travel
that
freely.
works.
If you decide
Yes.
mortgages and debts will be forgiven across the board, they will no longer exist. There will be no more debts. So if you're paying on a house or a property right now, that will go into your individual ownership. If you don't have a house and are not paying on anything, you're not in a mortgage, then you will be entitled to free housing of 650 square foot
650 square feet. Yep.
per person.
Yeah.
So you have to add that up times the members of people you have in your family. If you're one person and you're homeless and you're one person, you get 10 grand, you get 650 square footage entitled to you, free education, free medical. So this is that would calm a big situation that plagues humanity across the globe. Just this social package alone would reset a lot of things that are plaguing, that are atrocities among our species that shouldn't be occurring at all, because truly everything that we need is abundantly here. The earth provides it.
Your government does not. They control all the resources right now. Everything. From your
So the
power
common-
to your
the
food,
common
your
know-
water.
So the common know that we take in this unity and this force is that we absolutely know that we should not be paying to live on a planet that we are born. This is commonly perceived by all volunteers of creative society, and there are millions and millions of us. We've probably hit 1 billion by now. And we stretch across 180 different countries. And when we say that we got 180 different countries involved, we mean the people within those countries. It is the people that makes up this project, not no government, not no political system, not no Illuminati or Masonic nations or any religious movement. We're none of those things. We're not the Jasara and Nasara. We're not the QAns. We're not either side of the political system. We don't even support any political system or any politician. We are just people that see that all those things that divide us, was all created. Money itself was created. It's not real. All of the things that plague us right now, whether it's political, religion, money, all these things are used and power to divide us and control us. So we take an understanding as volunteers of creative society that is happening as a whole. It's happening, and there are many facets of that division that are plaguing us from uniting, putting those differences aside, taking the awareness that those things are dividing us, and we are giving it attention and energy and amplifying the division. The first billion are the hardest. Exactly. This is a numbers game. You know that study that was done on the 100 monkey effect. That shit is real. That really happens. You know, when we get an idea and we share an idea, and then that idea is shared. Or like that movie, Pay It Forward. You know, you tell people an idea, you tell 3 people an idea, and then they go off and tell 3 people, and those 3 people, and so forth, and it grows and it expands. In knowledge, it's the aspiration of this creative society, and is an idea. It cannot be done without our choice, our attention, our consciousness saying yes, choosing this. There are many forces that are already in movement, like the United Nations, the WEO, the WEF. All of these are already congregating and plotting to implement things on us in the name of health or in the name of climate and take our sovereignty away. And we are the polarity of that force. We see that going on, and we decide to unite amongst each other as people, as regular people, and united with scientists that are not your main media scientists. They're outside of that. They all have daytime jobs, as we all do. And then outside of their daytime job, they work on this issue. They've been working on this for over 10 years. We've been knowing about the climate for the last 30 years. In the 1990s, they have discovered that the core was unstable. unstable, and they discovered the reason why it was unstable. And that was, almost 30 years ago. So this is nothing new. And people look at that. They look at that and they say, oh, they told us 30 years ago and nothing has happened because we haven't did anything. They've been warning of this long and we haven't acted. And now we're in this pivotal moment where we don't have much time left to act.
Ready?
Yeah, did you fast forward it to the 7th or 8th hour? Did you find the part? Like
No. We're right now we're at 5 hours and 1 minute and 25 seconds.
Which one is that one? That's which one? What title is that?
Time for the truth.
Pull up.
No, you need to go.
The
You're at the wrong
global
one.
crisis. There is a way out. Pull that one up, and then we're gonna fast forward to about the 7th or 8th hour into that.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Rooster. We really appreciate you. So we're just gonna go and pull up this part of the economic model where it goes in great detail and educates us of how the economic's going to work in creative society.
It's actually on the main page. If you go to the main page on Creative Society, the whole video is right there. It's the new economic model, but you have to scroll down, but it's right there. So you don't have to click through the whole video, the whole conference, the forum to look for it. But Rooster.
But then there's other key points in that particular form that we can go to after if we're still on here. Yeah, that form is profound.
Which one?
Yeah, that form is really profound. But the reason why they put the economic model on the main webpage is because people were concerned. That's the most concern about people today is either the AI the technologies, the AI technologies, and the other technologies that's shown in the conference, or the economics. Because economics is what causes harm to us all. Either it helps or hurt us. But on the main website, Rooster, it's right there. If you scroll down, go down. It's just say new economic model. You could click on that one. It'll pop up.
All right, we're at.
On the main go down, scroll down. You have to keep scrolling down. My damn glasses up. Shit. Keep going. It's a good ways. That's it?
Yeah.
Go back.
Go to videos. Go to the top and go to videos.
Go to the top because there was a whole list of shit. What's all that list right there? What's that?
Oh, those are the countries.
Oh, okay. So that's why I'd say just pull up the actual.
Yeah,
form
just go.
and
Wait, Shauna, go up to the top. There should be videos, right? Do you see? Let me go over here. I'm gonna go to the website. Okay. We can do this really, really, really quick. Real simple.
Which one is it called? Okay, there is a way out. Which one do you want?
There is a way out. That one. Well, is that the whole form that you're pulling up? Because she was looking for the fragment of the economic model. The new economic model is what we're looking for.
Is this what you're looking for?
That is the whole form. If you want to click on that and fast forward to about the 7th hour, we can do it that way.
Yeah, that's 12 hours.
Yeah, you'll fast forward. You'll skip to about the 7th or 8th hour.
Okay, let's go.
Just hit that bar. Yeah. It's regeneration capsule. And I don't know why you would say, I hope it's not. Med beds are being rent out in the consumer.
It's begun. The timeline.
Mark Zuckerberg si sta facendo costruire un bunker sotterraneo su un'isola privata hawaiana ad un prezzo folle. Comprenderà 2 ville distanti tra loro, le quali avranno entrambe 30 camere da letto, 30 bagni, uffici e sala conferenza. Ci saranno poi 11 casette sull'albero comunicanti tra di loro, le quali non toccheranno il suolo, e un bunker sotterraneo di
Today, the number and intensity of cataclysms on the planet are growing exponentially. Humanity is facing a terrible catastrophe that occurs on the planet every 12,000 years, while every 24,000 years, it is more severe. How do we know that catastrophes occur on Earth with such periodicity? At different times, this hypothesis has been independently suggested by American and Soviet scientists, as well as researchers from different countries. Modern scientists can reconstruct the Earth's history by studying ancient ice layers known as cores, examining rock formations, fossils, and various soil layers. All this material is like Planet's Chronicle, valuable records of how the Earth's climate has changed over millennia. Thanks to these studies, scientists have realized the changes occurring on our planet today, such as the sudden temperature spikes and melting of glaciers, the increase in volcanic activity, the rise in the number and intensity of earthquakes, the drift of magnetic poles accompanied by weakening of the magnetic field have occurred 12,000 years ago. How do we know about these catastrophes of the past? They left behind a layer of destruction known as the Uzella horizon. This layer, composed of soot and wood charcoals and ranging from 5 to 15 centimeters thick, has been found in the territories of 10 countries across 4 continents.
That is the so-called black mat layer that separates the Pleistocene from the Holocene, and it is loaded with soot, amongst other things. But one of the interesting things about it was that below that black mat layer, remnants of extinct megafauna had been found. In fact, almost never were.
Which is the same as all United Kingdom. Hi there, you think or no, it will disappear? Yes, I know this for sure. We have this mathematical model represented in 2014 by our scientists, but nobody cares about it because we are totally egoists. We don't think about the future. First, salute to Croatia. But when it was published in 2014 and nobody wanted to think about it, it's normal. But now when you can see the increasing progression of cataclysms, exponential progression, that's just stupid, trying to avoid these facts. What about Canada? For people from Northern America, I strongly recommend to watch the forum called Global Crisis, America at the Crossroads. Well, a lot of incoming messages. Sorry guys, I have to turn off my sound like that, and I have to set up my phone higher, a little bit higher. Just a second. I apologize for this annoying line, the background white line, but unfortunately I cannot set up today the usual background settings as I do every time. It's not working today. This is the problem of TikTok, and I don't know how to fix this. Okay, so what should I do to set it out like this? Turn it off and can we have a link to your mathematical model, please? Yes, of course. It's represented in the forum and on the Creative Society website. There is... Oh, you mean the formulas? You mean all the calculations, all the formulas, etc.? No, I can't give it to you because it wasn't represented publicly. But all the information provided on the forum and all the information according to which the calculations were made, you will find in an open access. So why this model is not represented publicly in details, including all the data collected by our scientists? First of all, the major group of scientists working for Creative Society for many, many years, they do not reveal their names and their faces. Why? One of them, who went publicly speaking with this information, he was killed. After that, these people, they scared of being revealed publicly. Second, if they will give you the information that they get from their scientific institutions, of course, it would be easy to recognize where these people coming from, where they work, in which institutions. That's why the certain mathematical models and the certain data that was used that you cannot find in open source in the internet or etc., it will not be presented to the society right now. So if you just have doubts, it's normal. As I said, in the forum you will find the references to all data as a QR codes, as a links, so feel free, just go and check this information. How UK here, was wondering what can we do? Thank you, John. John Edwards asking, so first of all, what I'm doing right now, people don't realize what's happening with the planet. We have to learn this information. Second, if you can do this, if you don't have a time to watch the forum, and I really doubt about it, and you can just start speaking, highlighting what's happening with the cataclysms. People don't have a clue about all this climatic information. And on the social media, it's becoming to be censored. We are facing this already. One guy, he claimed himself as a scientist because he's working for one institution who protects the fake CO2 theory. He went to TikTok moderators when he found our videos, and he sent an abuse. After that, a lot of videos were deleted, and TikTok started to promoting the agenda of the guys to whom you are paying the CO2 taxes. It's a huge business, and of course they're not gonna lose their profits. But yeah, Sally, you're right, but before that moment, TikTok was one of the most open and transparent platforms on which you could find the real data about what was happening in Paris, while on other platforms it was censored. They ain't gonna catch me backing down with my plans. Now the plans down, they gonna regret attacking us, believe it. David, I didn't get your comment. If you think that your plans will help you to survive, that's not truth actually, because here you see the map for the next 5 years, 5 to 7 years, and just in a few years after that, all other territories will become uninhabitable. So there's no place to hide on this planet anymore. Even the underground cities built thousands of years ago, they will not help to survive. I still need to watch last one myself. With all due respect, do you think it's propaganda? What do you mean, the forum global crisis, or what exactly? This is half of world population. Well, actually, yes, something like that, really close to this figure. The Silva, I apologize, but for spamming, I have to mute you. You're responding to another comment. Okay. Maybe you watched with closed eyes and ears. If it's a polar shift, then the deserts will be ocean again and the oceans will be deserts again. You wrote desert as desert. That's why I was reading it so long. No, idea is not about it. I'm not spamming, I'm opposing, and you're deleting everything. I didn't delete you. I blocked one guy who was sending some nonsense smiles. Geoengineering, it's that simple. Well, Christine, if you think geoengineering is real, think about climate on other planets and why it's correlated to the climate on other planets. Why in 1995 dramatic changes started occurring in the climate simultaneously and synchronously together on planet Earth and other planets of solar system and their satellites. Think about this. You think China's going to disappear? I gotta hear this, but people think something about the conflicts, etc. Word disappear means that the territory will become not good for people living. Since there's not gonna be population, there's not gonna be country anymore. What's going on? I just got here. Climate change or something. Climate change is just in people's minds, climate change correlates with CO2 and global warming and all this fake agenda just to you guys pay more taxes. We are talking about total planet collapse by 2036 because of the 12,000 years cycle. This occurs regardless whether there are people or they do not live on a planet. So since 1995, we track tremendous increase in cataclysms on all planets of solar system. More information you will find in our forum organized by volunteers just like me, all together with the people of goodwill, of the scientists, real scientists, who don't afraid to tell the truth. Planets form cool, nothing we can do, time for another extinction. Well, Shane, this is an idea you guys have to live with according to the plan of those who really want to shorten the population of this planet, and it was imposed on people that you guys cannot change anything, you cannot influence the core of our planet, etc., etc. If you follow this agenda, then of course you cannot do anything, but our scientists who work with a really far away beyond quantum physics level, they know that it can be changed. Why are just coming out of small ice time? So the temperature is rising, that's normal, I think. Of course, there are ice ages and there are the warming cycles for our planet. But if you will take a look at the ice cores taken from 3 kilometers depth in Antarctica, you will analyze them, and it was done many times. So the scientists found layers in this ice, in this ancient ice. They found layers for the last 700,000 years. What they found out that every 12 to 13,000 years we have cataclysms occurring on the planet, including huge floodings, huge volcano eruption, huge increase in CO2 level. It's all interconnected, and it's not about the people. And a lot of other Earth cataclysms, including huge ozone layer holes, dramatic changes in magnetic field, polar shifting, but not always, and sometimes just, and everything else. So to us it means that if we ignore our history, this history will repeat again. You will ask, okay, so if it's happening every time, what we can actually do? The thing is that our current modern science is frozen on a level that it existed maybe about 100 years ago. If you will ask yourself, what did we invent dramatically, tremendously, enormously different from what we had and possessed about 100 years ago? But you have to take and pay attention to the inventions by Nikola Tesla, to the self-moving cars possessing the FFG engine and stuff like that. Don't ignore that history. I don't know why people just ignore history like that and then they claim like, oh, it didn't exist, it's impossible. Like, so honestly, those who owns the majority of natural resources, like oil, gas, and coal, etc., they don't allow the physics and the science to develop. But at the same time, on this planet, we already have FFGs, fuel-free generators, working for years. Like in one town in Switzerland, that was highlighted in our forums as well, and others. Last year in Switzerland, they had an international conference dedicated to FFGs, and a lot of devices were represented there, with including commissions and scientists, etc. How much of you have heard about this conference? I bet that just maybe few people of this chat, out of this chat. Why it's not profitable to highlight this information? Just because of those who own all the resources. Think about what this cloth is made of. All the synthetic cloth is made of polymers. The majority of medicals made out of polymers. The majority of packages, cases, just look around. Almost everything you use is produced out of polymers. Polymers are produced of coal, oil, and gas, natural gas. So, to say it briefly, if you own and control production and selling and shipping of coal, oil, and gas, you can control everything. This is the world in which we are living. So this stream is not about reducing the fossil fuel or nuclear power. Just opposite. If we will reduce these types of fossil fuel, this humanity has no chance to survive in what's gonna happen. But at the same time, the resources have to belong to people. But the fuel-free energy exists and it could be used by humanity. What if we will implement technology like this right now? Millions and millions of people will lose their jobs. The petrol stations, the oil companies, the like a lot of everything will be closed. A lot of companies and a lot of people will be fired. So it's not the way out. Again, let's get back to the question, what can we do? First, to realize what can we do to solve this problem of 12,000 years cataclysms. We have to start talking. People, they don't aware what's happening with this planet. They don't know the real cause, and of course, they don't know the solution. The solution stands beyond the level of quantum physics. So we need to research way more higher than the quantum physics. Is this possible? Of course. On this planet we have plenty of scientists, about 200 people working for governments in a secret mode, in secret bunkers, producing new types of weapons. These people, they have to be united, working in one scientific worldwide center. We have to create a demand. In our videos, in our posts, we have to demand from governments to organize scientific center like this, who will unite the smartest scientists, working with a quantum and beyond quantum physics level, who works with this for years. Only these people are able to realize what kind of influence is coming from outer space and influencing the core of our planet, together with our cores, with other cores of other planets. So briefly, we have to start talking. It's really weird for me to look at us humans who sit doing nothing and think that there are some people, there are some scientists who really know what's happening and they will solve this problem somehow, while I will continue living my life as I do. Why? Because every time we had some problems, but somehow somehow these problems just disappeared. We have crisis, but then some improvement comes after the crisis. And this is like a normal life that we had before. For people like that, guys, I appeal to you. The life that we had previously is ended. The life will never be the same. The majority of people on this planet, they can feel inside of themselves, they can feel some worry, I don't know. They're worrying inside. But they don't know what is the nature of this anxiety, probably. The biggest problem is that as a spiritual being, as a human, the real human, they can feel that this planet is going straight to the brink of extinction. Thank you very much, Tony. Why will those countries disappear within 5 years? Because the progression of cataclysms is so tremendous, is so enormous, that every single day they will have cataclysms in just 5 years on their territories, and it will become impossible to get rid of consequences, to solve these cataclysms before the next will come. The roads, the communications will be destroyed, and really fast. Craig is laughing. For people who laughs, I want to tell you guys that you're laughing on the people deaths. Every day we lose people's lives because of climate Cerberus. A lot of kids' lives. If you're laughing, my friend, you have to know that you're responsible for this. In the current mode of society, format of society, it's impossible to solve this problem. Impossible. On January 2nd in Kazakhstan, they had huge sinkhole with a 500 meters depth, and just one bus fell on the bottom of this sinkhole. Up to this very day, 6 days passed, and the people in this bus were not rescued. Nobody knows what's happened with them. They can't even find these people. This is just a small example which demonstrate that our planet, our society is not built, is not taught how to live peacefully and how to care about people's lives. We are not taught to save people's lives. We are taught to take people's lives. This is the modern humanity. For people asking about Russia, Malaysia, etc., this map shows what's gonna happen within 5 years. In the next few years, all the territories will be just like this, uninhabitable. You sending me signals? Which signals? We need to unite and work together towards solution instead of criticism, laughing. Of course. Why do you use political map? Why do you think it's political map? For climate Cerberus, there is no political map. There is just territories which will be affected more and more. If you will look even at our chat, take a look at this chat. You can see people with flags near their nicknames. We are divided so much that people living with one flag don't care about lives of other people living with another flags. So for people, the color of flag is more important than life of another person. Just because they don't know this person personally, never met before. That's stupidity. We are living less like animals. For people asking constructive questions, please welcome. For people brainwashed, guys, we don't have time to spend it for you, unfortunately. We all have red blood, etc. Not only red blood, but everything. And speaking about even our body, for you guys, you can just go and Google for one unified genome, gene that everybody has. So even our bodies come from the same parents. I'm not even mentioning the spirit. So even if our bodies come from one parents, what is the problem for us to unite? But people don't know on what basis we should unite. You didn't answer, climate doesn't know any borders. This was my answer, that climate Cerberus doesn't know any borders. It influences the territories. So the territories here, they are marked according to the countries that will disappear, because the majority of population of these countries will be forced to relocate or will be just destroyed by climate Cerberus. You didn't answer about the line project in Saudi Arabia. Line project, so why you use countries? To explain people which countries will disappear for sure. So about line project in Saudi Arabia. The line project in Saudi Arabia is just one of the tries of those who has money to build a shelter for themselves, including their slaves. Why I'm saying this? Because take a look at the city. They think that if they will set up the mirroring walls, they will reflect the sun radiation, the sun flares. It's stupidity, because they think that the real cause of cataclysms is sun rays. So even billionaires, they don't know the real cause of cataclysms. This is first that you should know. Second, they have built this city as one big line. Why? They thought that this is the most safe construction, including counteraction of huge waves. And the last one, they don't take into attention the history that happened with our civilization many times. How do you think? What is Sahara Desert? Why there is so much sand? And where does it come from? Where did it came there? There are a lot of different theories, but what I want to tell you, I know that there are a lot of trolls who will ask me for proofs, etc. Think about the next. In the forum Global Crisis Responsibility, we have shown how one hurricane became the 5th level category in just 24 hours. Which means what? Which means that the speed of wind and the speed of hurricanes is increasing enormously, as it never happened before. While telling you this, I'm searching for the Global Crisis Responsibility to find the right video and show you, demonstrate you how is it happening. Of course, this video is so not fitting the agenda of web that even if you insert the direct search query into the search bar of YouTube, Global Crisis, The Responsibility, you're not gonna find this video in the top 20, probably top 20, top 30 results. So this is how they are trying to hide it from people. That's stupidity. Well, I have faced it many times before, but it was at least in the first 10 results, and now it's way more out of this top 10. I want to show this screenshot to my friends to let them see how YouTube is taking care about our survival, about spreading the truth. Okay. So let's get back to your questions. Are you Russian? Why you're asking? Warlord of all bugs, the UK has been around since time immemorial. No, not because of sea level, because of the progression of cataclysms, my friend. So
that is happening from below. Hurricanes have started accelerating at insane speeds.
Well, my accent is Slavic. It doesn't mean I'm Russian. I could be anyone.
Hurricane Otis shocked climatologists when in less than 12 hours it intensified from a regular tropical storm into a Category 5 hurricane, the highest category. In other words, it went up 5 levels in just half a day. This has never been observed before. Take a look at the city of Acapulco before the Hurricane Otis. And Otis hit Mexican coast on October 25th, 2023, with a speed of 170 miles per hour.
170 miles per hour, it's 270 kilometers per hour. And it went just in half of the day. How does the country disappear? You mean government, so the land won't exist? I mean that the progression of cataclysms will reach such a point that today you have flooding, tomorrow you have earthquake, the day after you have, for example, some hurricane, and etc. How come Philippines do not disappear when we have the most typhoons and earthquakes? That's a good question, actually. So this map is a prediction of the scientist who has predicted the mathematical model working for since 2014, working precisely, but as I said, they don't have all the data actually that we have on the planet. Maybe some other countries will disappear within 5 years as well, but after the 5 years, there's gonna be few more years and all other territories will become uninhabitable as well. China has a strong army, so what can this army do? What can this army do, actually, guys? Take a look what's happening with China when cataclysms happened. First of all, they don't announce this in mass media. Thank you, Merv. Why? Because they are scared. For few days, they trying to accept some decision regarding how to act. While they are analyzing situation and accepting decision, just like it was on Hawaii, for example, nobody, like all the authorities, they are afraid to take the responsibility for giving an order for military, for example, to go there on that location and start saving people. They are scared. So first of all, they are trying to hide the information about consequences. How many people suffered, how many people lost their lives, etc. These are only predictions, but elites already know what will happen us because everything is so blah blah blah. Elites control everything, even the weather on other planets. If you think elites control everything, you treat them as gods. If they want it, listen to me carefully. Everybody knows about Yellowstone. Yellowstone is on the brink of eruption. If the elites wanted you guys to be destroyed already, they would just to blow up, they need just to blow up one bomb in Caldera Yellowstone, and that would be enough for huge eruption. Next, after Yellowstone will erupt, the Caldera era in Japan will erupt as well, because they are interconnected. If these two calderas will erupt, the humanity will be doomed. Nobody would stay alive. Well, guys, for people, we have the stream for 45 minutes, and people who just joining for a few seconds, wondering why these countries, why they will disappear, how exactly disappear, how to stop cataclysms, what can we do, etc. Please go watch the forum. It is called Global Crisis: The Responsibility. All the links are in my bio. For people sending smiles, you have to realize that every day we are paying with people's lives for our inaction. And you are among those who are responsible for kids' lives already. Stop engineering disasters. How can I stop engineering disasters on other planets, which are occurring simultaneously and synchronously with the cataclysms on our planet? How can I stop this? Nature don't need proof. Earth what shape arguing Buddha. For me, it's a huge surprise when we're talking about saving people lives and saving planet. It's really funny that there are people who still have discussions regarding the shape of our planet. So the shape of our planet correlates with the shape of our heads. If your skull, my friend, is flat, that for you probably the earth is flat as well. It is just the same. Yes, Terry B. Other planets. Since 1995, we have tremendous increase in cataclysms, which simultaneously happening on our and other planets, which means that the cause is in outer space impact. Our modern science cannot even register this impact because this kind of energy is way more behind the quantum level, and we don't have enough devices and some kind of devices working on that level. And that is why I'm here to encourage people to go and watch the forum Global Crisis, Their Responsibility. Link is in my bio. All the sources are given in the forum. It's all based on the open source data, which you can find and verify from the databases, official databases, scientific one, governmental one, according to the data collected from the sensors and satellites on the surface of the planet and around the planet. Are you here just to promote your YouTube? Our YouTube has been banned a few times, and thanks God it has been renowned, but the uncensorship version of the forum you will find only on Rumble. It's not on YouTube, it's censored as well. Where to go for safety? There is no safety zones on this planet anymore. I can't understand why you were banned. Well, if you do, it means you are so smart. You are way more smarter than many people. A lot of people, unfortunately, they don't want to even to check this information. They just don't agree, and for them it's enough. They think I'm an idiot, and for them that's enough. I'm a biologist. I'm on the scientific side. That's great. That's great. We have the scientific movie called Ocean, which was represented on the forum Global Crisis There Is a Way Out. Maybe it would be interesting for you to watch because it was created by the oceanologists, ecologists, and many other scientists as well. Good morning, how are you doing? Good evening outside, because I'm in Europe. I'm fine. What about you? Just got here. What's the recap? Please, guys, people from the chat, can you help answering to people like that? Because every time repeating the same every 15 seconds will not get us further in this conversation. What CERN is doing? CERN is just a commercial project which was organized by the entrepreneurial scientists to earn some money with finding the boson Higgs, the particle of God. So I don't treat it as serious, but if you're asking me about the weather modifications, I will ask you the same. What do you know about weather changes on other planets and cataclysms on other planets? Did you know that it's happening simultaneously with our planet, and it altogether started happening simultaneously since 1995? Who is this guy? Just a regular person. What countries in Latin America will disappear? By 2036, all of them, just as this planet. What science do you study again, oceanography? I'm not a scientist, I'm just a regular person. Thoughts on HARP? Regarding the HARP, you have a speech from the Forum Global Crisis Responsibility. Thanks, guys. Please go watch this. You can find the timestamp, not to watch the whole forum, you will find the answer. How accurate is that? You can't rely on my opinion, you can't rely on believing someone. So that's why I'm here. Just encourage people to go watch the forum, and if they are interested, to verify the information. Which will be the last country to disappear? No one knows. It's hard to predict right now. There's too much plastic in the ocean, the core is overheating. Yes, Gabby, so maybe you have watched the forum, thanks. Nothing lasts forever, yes, what is it called again? The forum is called Global Crisis, Their Responsibility, but it's not so easy to find it on a lot of platforms. The platforms won't show you so easy. So links are in my profile, two people can easily find the forum. Just visit my profile, there's a link tree. I'll predict top of mountain Everest. Don't think so because of the atmospheric drop downs. So what does it mean? Because of the problems with magnetic field, right now we have a lot of enormous events, including the light, how you call it in English? Not light beams. Light pillars. So if you have seen, there are a lot of light pillars, and I will show you a few of them. I need to find it in my phone and just saved this information for you guys. This is how it looks like. This is the light pillars in Saint Petersburg. We have them more and more every day of them on the whole planet. I will reduce the brightness so you can see it better. This is how it looks like. Why it's happening? It's because of reducing the magnetic field of our planet. In the last 10 years, it's reduced by 7%. Why it's happening? At the core of our planet, we have inner core and we have outer core. It's a dynamo machine, the typical dynamo machine producing the magnetic field of our core, of our planet. Magnetic field is a protective mechanism for our planet to protect us from the solar and cosmic radiation. When it reduces, different events like light pillars occurring, including the huge magnetic anomaly located above the territory of South America and going closer to South Africa. Not much of you know about it, but you should know, including increasing in the ozone layer holes, which every year lasts longer and longer, above the North Pole especially. Why nobody is telling you about all that stuff as one big picture? First of all, just because of our science is directed to earn more money. It's not directed to saving more lives, because we are living in a consumer format of society, in which your life, well, is nothing comparing to money. The divided science cannot solve the problem and cannot find even the reason of all that stuff. So, the top of mountain, Everest, will not be safe as well, because right now we already have drops in the atmosphere. Because of the problems with the magnetic field, we have such an events that never happened before. If you have seen the videos like that, for example, last year we had few cases in Kazakhstan. They had, it was summer, and after the night, they had the park covered with ice. Nobody realized what was happening. The problem was that the stratosphere, the air from 400 kilometers, dropped to the surface of the planet because of the problem with magnetic field. And because this is really cold and there is not much oxygen in it, so they had such an event when everything frozen. How these countries disappear? Guys, when you come just for 15 seconds and every time ask the same questions, please watch the forum in my profile. Netherlands have low land and it's lower than the sea level. I know about it. If you want to listen in Russian, you can switch to another maybe accounts in Russian. There are a lot of people speaking about this, so I believe you'll find it in Russian as well. All ice glaciers were going to disappear 30 years ago. Kimberly probably, I don't know, sorry. The Husky. So the Husky. All that BS stuff about that glaciers will melt and we will have the worldwide flooding, that's nonsense. First of all, even if they will flood, if they will melt, the sea level will increase by about 10 centimeters, something like that. Next, the glaciers are melting from below, but nobody is telling you about it, right? Why? Because otherwise, how will they promote you the CO2 hoax about that you're influencing the global warming? The Creative Society shows the real data, but nobody is listening. People are ignorant. Up to the very last moment, when the climate Cerberus takes away their home, their loved ones, and everything they possessed. And this is the moment of rethinking everything. But it's too late. So, guys, if you want to speak in other languages, please, you're welcome to another accounts. Yeah, global warming is a hoax, just as I said before. Turn off your gifts in your... Excuse me, turn off your gifts if you're serious. I can't turn off the gifts. How can I do this? There is no any goal. The goal is reached, and how can I turn off the gifts? But the idea of the likes and gifts, for me especially, is to promote the stream, to deliver the information to as much people as possible. Are we going to die soon? It's all up to people. If people will not unite, will not become one united civilization, will not create a demand for building one scientific center of the smartest people, nothing will change. And we continue dying in cataclysms, and this world will be doomed. Thank you for sharing the stream. Guys, can you please ban the comments in other languages? Because I don't know, maybe some people write some abusive thing, and it could be the reason for TikTok to ban it. Elite create droughts and disasters. Pamela, of course they create, especially on other planets. Especially on other planets since 1995, simultaneously increasing the cataclysms on other planet, our planet, and other planets of the solar system. For all info about the data, go crazysociety.com. Yes, thank you, Peter. I don't even know the land topography of these countries. Why won't Netherlands highlight? Why isn't Netherlands highlight? First of all, to blame me in something, Daniel, it's better to know each other way more better than we do now. As I said, the word disappear means that the territory of the country will become uninhabitable and people will no longer live there. For Netherlands, I don't have such data from the scientists. By the way, it is set for the next 5 years. In the next 3 to 5 years after this period, all the territories will become uninhabitable, including Netherlands. So, don't worry, my friend. Why they will become uninhabitable? Okay, let me show you the example. You all see that UK. Okay, UK is red here on the map, right? You all see this. Don't tell me that it's not. You all can see that it's true. This is what's happening during one cataclysm in UK. One day, one cataclysm, one place. One day, one cataclysm, one place in UK. The progression of cataclysms in its power and its amount is exponential. People can do nothing about it. We don't have any mechanisms, we don't have any sources to solve this problem. Yeah, same thing is happening in the Netherlands. Maybe, but as I said, within 5 years, this territory will 100% become uninhabitable. 100%. If people will not change anything. And it's not about CO2, it's not about stuff like that. Don't trust in this BS stuff. This is the progression of cataclysms, okay? For you it may look like, let me mirror my camera so you can see the progression. So this is the progression, okay? It's exponential. 1942, we had 400 earthquakes per year. 1960, we had 1600 earthquakes per year. 2023, we had almost 380,000 earthquakes per year. Just for you to understand the progression. This video demonstrates what happened in this world during 7 days. Just 7 days. People who send smiles, you have to realize that it's normal protective mechanism of your consciousness, declining all ideas of your mortality. But for people who survived the volcano eruption in Iceland, that's not so funny. That's not so funny, like this one. They were relocated, their houses destroyed. For people in Indonesia who breathe in the volcano ashes almost every day, it's not so funny. But for you it's funny, of course, because you live in the illusion of safety. And you think that it will never touch you personally. How can we fix this? For this, we need to unite the smartest scientists on this planet. To unite them, everyone should demand this from their own governments, and every day we have to share the information about cataclysms to make people see that it's real. It's a real threat. People, they are so brainwashed. The majority of people coming to the streams, they think that cataclysms are not happening. Some people think that volcano does not exist. Some people say that Earth is flat. Some people say that it's all done by reptilians sending bad rays, bad energy to our planet. Some people think that this is done by elites. Some people think that it's harp, CERN, whatever. Some people say that planet is cleansing itself and the savior will come and save me because I'm saint and everyone is bad. The problems are because of bad guys. Everyone is bad except myself. Planet X. The Anunnaki will come and save everybody. Planet X is coming already. It's just some delay in its arrival, but they strongly believe that it will come in the right moment and will save them. Some guys are just sitting, meditating, and transferring to the 5th, 2nd, 100th dimension, etc. Jesus is coming. Jesus is coming. And not only Jesus. For some guys, Ashtar Shiran is coming with all the Galaxy Federation together, with all the spaceships. I've just voiced a short list of the beliefs of people who claim themselves adult people, mature people, the people who sit doing nothing and rely that those who accept more stupid laws every single day directed to reduce the freedoms of these people, that they will care about people's lives. So people cannot even think critically. People cannot connect two dots. How can you rely on those who reduce your freedoms that they will save your lives? Because of what? Because of they reducing the amount of cattle? Because of they producing artificial hunger on this planet? You rely on them? Take a look at what's happening in Germany today. The farmers protesting. Do you think the farmers will get something of this? No. There is no mechanisms and leverages for people to solve their problems in consumer society. You know what's going to happen next? The governments will call farmers the lawbreakers, and they will hunt. They will use special forces, etc., etc. But people cannot influence this. Guys, that's truth. We all know how the color revolutions are being provided into a lot of countries. World is upside down and people like you making it worse. Explain why. Why people like me, you think, make it worse? Because of telling the truth? Well, it's normal that you hate truth, because we live in the world of lie. Everything you consume from the mass media, how much does it correlate with the real picture? Because you keep in the narrative. Which narrative? People like them need to go well and humanity evolved already. Well, the evolution is only possible when people counteract some threat, some problems. This is the only possible way. If you will get rid of the threat, of the problems, the evolution becomes impossible. CO2 increase in turn increases oxygen. Why the governments don't do something to the public about this? Because governments are really scared of their power. They know that this problem cannot be solved in divided society. There is no country on this planet that could solve this problem itself. The problem requires the unity of all countries and people. Scaramouche, the sea level isn't rising. It's not about the sea level, my friend. True, the only way to get rid of mass extinctions again, sadly. Saudi Arabia is green now. Saudi Arabia is green now, explain. Yeah, Pamela, thank you for asking. It was predicted, it was a prophecy by their prophet. His name is Muhammad. And it was said by him that the judgment day will not come until the deserts will turn green, until the rivers will flow in the deserts. Peace be upon him. Speak about Antichrist. Antichrist, my friend. What people call Antichrist, it's not a single person. It was imposed on people's minds by priests to make people blame one or few person in all the bad deeds on this planet. But let's get back to the truth. By whose hands are all the wars being done? Wars, conflicts. Whose hands? By those who give orders? Seriously? By regular people. They go and do it. No, it's not about country. It's not about country. In every country, there are people who take weapon into their hands and went to take other people's lives. Who were doing it? We, regular people. So who is Antichrist? The animal part of every single human being. We all have spiritual part or God part, and we have animal part or devil part. And just because the animal part, animal side, dominates in people, because of this, we are living as animals, as devils. And you, my friend, claiming that one guy is responsible for all problems of this planet, you are acting exactly how priests you want to act. The priests want you to think so. They also want you to think so that you have been born having sin, as a sinner. This is they want you to think. Why? Because they tell you that come to us and we will help you to get rid of your sins. But no prophet said that. The prophet said, all the prophets said, there is nobody who can help you to get rid of the sin except yourself. The God is within everyone. So guys, if people will not unite around a single idea that human life is the highest value, that we have to be humane, help each other, solve the problems, etc., etc., nothing will be solved. You are not a believer, don't talk about prophets. My friend, this stream is not dedicated to prophets believing or something like that. If you want to switch a stream, you are free to do so. And there is nobody to tell me what to talk about and what not to talk about. Since I'm here and we are talking, I have a right to speak. And not you or anyone else will come and tell me what to talk about. I'm here trying to spread the real information about what's happening with the planet. So it's up to people. Whether they will hear me or they will ignore, they don't get it. They don't get it since 2014, but we continue acting. If we can stop doing this, if we will stop doing this, nothing good is gonna happen. Thank you, your stream, you decide content. Thank you very much. They don't know who to believe, unfortunately. That's truth. But the paradox is, people taught how to choose to whom to believe. They were not taught how to think, analyze, and connect the dots. That's the biggest problem. Of course, you can speak, but it's stupid. Well, thank you for your opinion, my friend, but I'm here to tell the truth to people about what's happening with the planet. So, what about Italy? And what about Italy? Overload, info, and misinformation is the highest problem. No. The highest problem is people egoism and the people selfishness probably. People really concentrate on themselves and everything else doesn't matter to them. They don't give a poop about 20,000 people who lost their lives in one night in city Derna in Libya. They don't give a poop about 100 people who lost their lives in New Year's Eve in Japan in 2024. Do you think there's a chance we all can reunite? We not reunite. We are not united yet. We just need to unite. If I would think and it's impossible, I wouldn't sit here. We still have freedom of speech, of course. Of course. Anyone can go live and speak. What is the problem? You can be not agree with someone else's opinion, but it doesn't make this person wrong. It can just mean that maybe you guys have different information. Let's start talking. We don't have freedom of speech in Canada, not only in your country, but in other countries. The freedom of speech is being repressed and being censored as well. Hello, Jamie. Are you a Russian? What kind of question is this? What it influence on? With Creative Society Universal Basic Income, Health, Freedom. Yep. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Nice to meet you as well. I don't know your name. What about Italy? Somebody has to be wrong, of course. But if we don't go and verify the information of each other, how can we find the truth? So what would happen to the Philippines? In 5 years, as far as you can see, it could be inhabitable, but in the next 3 to 5 years, I don't know. What about USA? About USA, there are 2 beautiful conferences, scientific forums, and on them you will find a map of safe zones in USA. They are called Global Crisis USA and Global Crisis America at the Crossroads. All the links you will find on the website of Creative Society or in my profile. Russia will. No, Russia will not as well, because under the Russia, guys, there are huge zone in Siberia which is heating 3 times faster than other world because of the rising magma plum below this area. Can you explain what is going to happen to the new people who have just found your channel? Well, just in a few words, because every 15 seconds the same question. We have 12,000 years cataclysm cycle, and the peak of this cataclysm is starting in 2024 and is ended in 2036. But the bifurcation point, the point of no return, will be up to 2028. But the decision regarding whether we will change the progression of cataclysms by influencing the core of our planet, and it's possible, of course, has to be accepted. This decision has to be accepted in 2024. This is the year of decision. That's why this is also called the end times, the crossroad times, the Kali Yuga times. There is a lot of names, and it's all from ancient times. What about Nepal? Take a look yourself. Is Norway safe? Probably within 5 years, yes, but the cataclysms will occur on all the planets. What is the solution? The solution is to unite the smartest scientists, to allow them to work with the new physics, which is already in access for the humanity. This physics is beyond the quantum level. This physics operate not only with microparticles like quarks and leptons. It operates further on the next level. It operates with the information, and information is the basis of everything. on the informational level, the structure of matter is being built. So we need to call for the unites. We need to create posts, create videos, go live, and demand from our governments and politicians to create one united official scientific center, including the smartest scientists from this planet, to provide them with all necessary resources, necessary data, etc. What's an example of current usage of that physics? That's a good question. Lalo Padu, can you stay with me for the next 15 minutes and I will show you the example, the exactly working technologies, medical technologies of renovating bodies that are being used on our planet already. If you will stay with me, I will play this video on my second phone and I will hold this video for you for 15 minutes like that, so you can watch this. I'm waiting for your comment. Can I ask where you're from? I've changed 8 countries for the last 2 years and I'm living in Europe. And where I was born, it doesn't matter actually. Why Italy will disappear? I was just explaining it a few moments ago. Okay, so you're not answering. Sure, I'm here. Okay. They want to visit you. Who want to visit you? Don't worry, the aliens will save us. Of course. And you can check how this mechanism was working. Right now, buy a ticket to the suffering zone that suffers from cataclysms. Go there, directly there. Sit there, start meditating and ask aliens to save you. And you will check immediately how the mechanism is working. Also, you can invite your friends who believe that Jesus will come and save them, who believe in Planet X, and other guys who transferring to the 5th dimension, etc. Is Finland safe for the next 5 years? Maybe. For the next 10 years, no safe countries on this planet. More than 500 countries will disappear, probably. Probably will disappear more, but it's hard to predict right now immediately. May I come to Mike? Senzu, we're gonna watch the forum right now, so it makes no sense. Sorry, I have to find the certain timestamp so you can watch precisely from the very moment where this information is being voiced. I don't want to waste your time. Just give me a few moments. Just give me a few moments, please. They are talking about replicate our food, and they are talking about the fuel feed generators. It's a different speeches. But for people who are interested in how the information creates the matter, here you go. I'm sending me the video with the timestamp to my phone. I'm gonna open it. Thank you for this. I'm not good at research, so I appreciate people like you. Thank you. Thank you for being here and for not being ignorant. Thank you for not being like people who don't give a poop about other people's lives. I will increase the speed a little bit for you guys, because if you will watch like as it is, it's really slow. I believe that you can watch and accept, like perceive the information faster. So first of all, of course, I have to reduce the brightness. But I'm waiting for you guys to sit with me and watch this part of the forum. I'm gonna turn off the comments. I ask you not to donate, not to send any gifts, because they will cover the picture just in 15 minutes. For people who are interested, which medical technologies we already have, but they are not available to humanity, to majority of people, how the information builds the matter, why the information is primarily, it's all here. Is it irreversible? Yes, it is. That's why I'm here. Sorry, but I will turn off the comments just so you can see the content, because it's not comfortable for me to hold it really high. I will turn on the comments in 15 minutes.
We present a movie after which all of this will no longer seem like a science fiction movie to you. Check it out. Youth is a magical time. Everyone's best memories are associated with it. Some people don't want to lose it, while others hope to get it back. Modern science assumes a challenging mission, not only to restore our youth, but also to prolong life for hundreds of years. For thousands of years, biologists, physicists, chemists, and scientists have been grappling with solving the
I'm gonna mirror the camera so you can see the graphs, etc. better and understand what's happening.
challenging task of searching for the elixir of immortality. Some people believe the answer lies in the DNA, while others think it's in the brain. But what if we say that now? For the first time in history, science is on the brink of great discovery. Today, we will slightly lift the veil under mystery that has intrigued great minds throughout history. We will answer the ultimate question: can we live over 1,000 years, keeping a young and healthy body? And where is the secret of our longevity kept? Firstly, let's take a look at what stage of development modern science is. Even though it appears that scientists are using a variety of approaches in their attempt to prolong life, it all boils down to one thing: manipulation with DNA. Even though the term DNA is widely known, not everyone fully understands what it refers to. In simple terms, our body is printed like an object on a 3D printer, according to DNA instructions. DNA is a book that contains all the instructions for the construction and functioning of our organism. The chapters of the book that the printer must read to construct specific cells are marked with special bookmarks. These bookmarks are called epigenetic marks, or epigenome. The bookmarks do not change the text of the book, but they determine what the cell will be like, how it will function, and so on. By using this system of bookmarks, the body can quickly adapt to changes in the environment. Depending on the conditions, some bookmarks can be added, while others may be removed. Over time, the quantity and placement of these bookmarks change, reflecting the natural alterations occurring within the body as it ages. Investigating these processes, Steve Horvath, professor of genetics at University of California, Los Angeles, developed a mathematical model to determine human biological age. This model is called the epigenetic clock. In other words, it is an indicator that shows how old a young cell or the entire organism is based on certain changes in DNA. Epigenetic clocks are used by scientists to evaluate the effectiveness of rejuvenation and life-prolonging techniques. Unable to directly place epigenetic marks on DNA, that is bookmarks, scientists employ various methods to influence the organism and investigate how it affects the placement of these markers. Japanese scientist Shinya Yamanaga discovered a way to remove all bookmarks. He identified 4 factors, 4 special proteins that he used to transform ordinary adult cells into cells resembling stem cells. In other words, the cell forgot that it was, for example, a skin cell, and reverted back to the state similar to the cells at the early stage of embryo development. When it is not yet determined what type of cells they will become, he was awarded Nobel Prize for this groundbreaking discovery in 2012. David Sinclair, professor of genetics at Harvard Medical School, believes that our bodies contain a backup copy of information about our organism's youthful state. He's working to activate this backup copy at the DNA level, based on Yamanaga's discoveries. An important point emphasized by Sinclair is that people don't die of old age, but of diseases. While aging itself is similar to disease, his team demonstrated the ability to influence physiological processes at the cellular level. Specifically, they were able to switch on and off the vision in mice. While some scientists are studying methods to reverse changes in DNA back a few years, others are searching for an intact copy of DNA, hoping to transfer this original information to the entire organism. Obviously, the source of such DNA is the cells of the umbilical cord and placenta. Services for freezing and storing these tissues have existed for some time now. It's important to understand that not everyone has this opportunity, and not everyone can afford it. It is also worth noting that today, there is no full understanding or much experience in the use of stem cells preserved in such a way. Moreover, scientists have established that the role the cells will play in the body is determined by the environment that surrounds them, the extracellular matrix. The extracellular matrix is a unique environment that performs numerous functions, providing support to all cells and regulating their fundamental life processes. It is important to understand that extracellular matrix undergoes changes as we age, and using stem cells alone in such a matrix will not provide the desired results. Figuratively speaking, if you throw meatballs into the oversalted broth, they will also become oversalted. In other words, without changing the extracellular matrix, you can't change the cells. Without changing the conditions, we will not get a new result. Despite the fundamental role of the extracellular matrix in the structure of our body, its study doesn't still get enough attention. In this regard, we suggest taking a look at two very interesting studies. In the first case, scientists use preparation based on the extracellular matrix from a pig's bladder. The matrix-based preparation was applied to a wound as an irritant to prevent these cells from forming a natural scar. When this preparation was applied to the wounds, artificially created openings up to 2 centimeters in diameter in the rabbit's ear. They healed in just over 30 days. Moreover, with a full hair regrowth and without scarring. Due to these circumstances, these studies never saw the light of day. A while after, American scientists Stephen Badlick and John Offord, working for the U.S. Department of Defense, achieved greater results in tissue and limb regeneration, this time in humans. They also utilized preparations based on the extracellular matrix of the pig's urinary bladder. The application of these preparations led to repetitive regeneration up to tissue restitution, meaning complete restoration, including the recovery of the nerve, bone, tendon, and muscle tissues. Despite the fundamental breakthrough of military medicine, these technologies have not yet begun to be applied in everyday life. Another regeneration expert, Michael Levin, wondered, how do cells know when to stop the division process during regeneration? Once the correct cell membrane has been completed, and how do they even know what a correct cell membrane is? As Michael Levin says, we can read the genomes now, and there's nothing in there about the size and shape of your arm. So DNA alone is not enough to recreate a body part, let alone the whole organism. The question arises, if this information is not in the DNA, then where does the organism acquire the data for the regrowth of a lost limb? The answer to this question can be found in the Kerrigan effect. The lost cell members are visible on the image made using the Kerrigan method, which proves the existence of an informational structure at the level of which the object has preserved its integrity. In other words, the information matrix is...
Sorry guys, I have to turn off the notifications. Notifications like this. And let's try to do this again. The Killian effect is the basis here for you to understand the mechanism.
Which proves the existence of an informational structure at the level of which the object has preserved its integrity. In other words, the information matrix is preserved. It serves as a source of information, which the organism uses in the process of regeneration. That's an interesting point. A person's lost limb would appear on a Kerrigan effect photo as if it was still there. The paradox is that if a person loses weight, the lost limb will also appear slimmer on the image. Thus, it becomes clear that our body is structured according to the information matrix. The aging of the body reflects changes shrink is thinner on the side of the spinal canal. This area experiences the highest physical stresses, and it is seen that nature should maximally reinforce this part of the structure. However, the fiber shrink is the first to occur, and in almost 100% cases, the rupture of the fiber shrink occurs in the direction of the spinal canal. Apparently, it was initially intended that upon rupture, the content of the mucous pulses of the intervertebral disc was spilled out into the spinal canal. It is on this side that the cerebrospinal fluid goes up and reaches the brain. In other words, the contents of the mucous pulses along the cerebrospinal fluid passes through the neural membrane and gets into the brain, the center of genetic formation, where it was the processes of rejuvenation and complete organism regeneration, similar to those observed by scientists in us. During the course of life, the fiber shrink wears out, and even in the absence of trauma, senile osteoporosis develops by the age of 60 to 80, and considering this fact, the fiber shrink will simulate a rupture and trigger the rejuvenation process. But this process is currently being blocked by the body's already immune response. It is a consequence of evolution or something else. Therefore, we could assume that the human body possesses a self-healing mechanism, knowledge of which existed in ancient times. However, for some reason, it has been disrupted. Evidence that humans can source life within themselves can be found in the myths and legends of ancient times. For instance, Judean tales of those bones as a bone of immortality and resurrecting bone, an ancient Egyptian legend of the backbone of Osiris, Egypt, symbolizing the triumph of Osiris over death. However, this mechanism has one disadvantage. If a person has congenital diseases, they will remain despite the rejuvenation of the body. And now, we come to the most interesting part. This problem can be solved if we change directly to the information matrix. It is at this level that the health capsule, mentioned at the forum, Global Crisis, There Is a Way Out, will work. The health capsule will form the information matrix of a healthy and young body, and the cells will rebuild themselves according to the new program. In just 30 seconds a day, the capsule will scan and repair our body, changing every cell at the quantum level. The generation capsule was the first generation
Well, it's not so interesting. There's the video about regeneration capsule, how it's working, etc. Many people wondering whether it's real. No, of course it's a movie created for people to know how it's gonna work, but a lot of people wondering whether we already have this working capsule. No, as far as I know, we don't, but we have the Eye of God, what is called the Eye of God prototype. It's working properly. Again, this technology will never be given to the humanity as it exists now, because humanity will use this to destroy each other. I will turn on the comments. I really appreciate each of you for your likes, and if you want to say something, please go ahead. I have to connect my plug to charge my phone, and I have to, well, for that purpose I have to turn off this microphone, but I will connect my headphones. And it's already here, thank you, yeah, thanks, replay video you haven't watched, why would you play a video you haven't watched? I have watched this video. So the thing is, some people will ask me, and how about the experiments about prolongation of human life? Do you have one? Yes, I have one. I will turn on. I will play the video with the guy of a secret institution. You will never be able to find it anywhere because it's secret. But this guy is saying so interesting thing. Let's just listen to it, but I need at least 5 minutes to connect, or maybe 1 minute to change everything here. I will mute myself, and I'm waiting for the comments, for your feedback. People with Russian accounts, I really appreciate help, but please, could you please leave the stream to not mess the audiences, to we can have more people speaking English on the stream. So with all this information, what shall we do? Is there anywhere for us to go? Which information do you mean, Mario? If you mean the information about solving cataclysms problem I was mentioning previously, a list of actions. And I really appreciate people helps in the comments, especially people who will help me to answer the question of this person. What should we do? Can you answer this person, please? I will mute myself for a few minutes. So now we're gonna watch the video with a person who will tell you results of a real experience of prolongation human life. And you will hear what happened. You will hear what happened with that person. This phone is pretty much slower, so I have to wait until it's gonna upload all the comments, all the content in this account. Guys, there is no politics on the stream, so please leave. Can you focus on the topic? Ask your question, my friend. What do you claim a topic? I can't find where I was publishing this video. Let me check. We have become antenna and attached to 5G BOY weapon. The Vax had the genome therapy. What are you talking about, brother? For 5G people and the flat earthers guy, you have to switch stream. Trying to find this video with the scientist. Don't remember where I was posting it. How about my sound? Do you hear me well? Do you hear the sound? Give me a feedback, please. Yes, leaking the hole in the deep sea. Only talk global warming on here. Thank you for your feedback. I'm trying to trying to find this video. Okay, maybe this channel. What will happen to Switzerland? I'm really tired answering these questions. Hello, Heather. Yes, just sound slow. I will try to speak louder. Well, we are all egoists, and everyone coming here asks about his own location. What's gonna happen to my country, my town, etc.? Why you don't care about the whole humanity? As I said, in 10 years, there's not gonna be safe zones on the planet anymore. How you doing today? Fine. What about you? What the... We care, but we want to try to survive the most. Is this a Hunger Game, my friend? By 2036, this planet will turn to second Mars. Thank you. Nobody will survive. Can't you realize that? And the survival in the last years will be so terrible that you will regret. You will seriously regret every single day that you did nothing when it was still possible to change something. Sometimes when I read in comments like that, you just lose your hope, the faith in this humanity. Do you think at this point humanity is worth saving? Noir, thank you for asking, but this is the most important question actually. And the answer to this question can be given only by the humans themselves. If human will start uniting, will start talking about this, and will start demanding to build one united scientific center, create. It means that humanity has a chance. If we will be able to unite each other regardless religion, regardless the previous obstacles, everything that happened before, if we will wake up the humane part inside within us, it means we have a chance. If we will continue living as animals, doing vendetta to each other for what happened previously, climate Cerberus will destroy us. We must unite and care of each other. Yes, exactly. That's so interesting. I can't find this video. How come? No jokes. For me, it's so important. I spent so much time on this because I asked our friend to voice it over. He's a native speaker. I was translating it. I mean the text of the video. And now I can't find it. But it wasn't deleted. So where is it? It's weird. But I can scroll my gallery and try to find it. So let's do it. The video is crucial. People who hasn't watched this video, for you guys it's gonna be surprise. But you have to give me more time. You have to give me more time. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Is this the video? Yep. Yep. So I send it to my phone. Why do humans hate each other so much that even our survival is at stake? Because our animal part dominates in us. What is called devil in religions. That's why. If the spiritual part will dominate in us, everything will change. So it's only up to us whether we will make this choice or not. We are all responsible for the lives of our kids. The previous generations, they were calling us the last. We are the last people. We are living in the last time, and 2024 is the year of choice. The deadline is 21st of December 2024. Exactly, precisely 12 years past date when Mayan calendar ended. I wouldn't say that humans are controlled by religion. We are controlled by our stupidity, because of our stupidity. People don't even know what the consciousness is, how it works. People have never felt themselves as a spiritual being. But this is not the... Well, we can speak about it endlessly. But the thing is that even our moral part, our moral side, should dominate. Don't we realize that every single day we lose thousands of kid lives because of cataclysms? If we ignore this fact, who are we then? Are we humans? Are we humans? I don't agree. It's because of all the trauma that humans are causing each other and can't forgive. Yes, the Jesus said that we have to forgive 777 times the same person. But I heard even more wise words that to forgive someone, you have to first take offense, get offended by him, by her actions or words. So not to excuse someone, you don't have to take offense. It's really obvious. If you control your animal part and your egoism part at the very moment when somebody else animal is trying to abuse your animal, if you control your animal at this moment, you will not accept this abuse. You will say, okay, that's your problem that you don't control your animal side. It's not my problem. What Buddha said about this? To take someone offense, or let's say to hate someone equals as if you will drink a poison and wait that somebody else will die of it. Even on the level of physics, that's correctly right, because we launch all the mechanisms in our body by the power of our thought. Okay. So, the moment has come. I'm already uploading the video. Yes, the biggest problem is people. People, silence, and ignorance. Ignorance because of egoism. Silence because we are scared of other people's opinions.
Our science.
spiral stressed a certain fact that someone or something has shortened human life by a factor of 4 to 10. The genetic spiral.
Let me start it from the beginning. So he starts with at the year of 1955, I suppose.
In the year 1954, our scientists investigating the human genetic spiral stressed a certain fact that someone or something has shortened human life by a factor of 4 to 10. The genetic spiral consists of certain so-called information blocks. They are called, therefore, nanocyclones, photocyclones, endocyclones. Each of them respectively has a certain diameter. Well, these are what are called photostructural units. What this means, it means that each one is responsible for a different one. So the length of the so-called cyclic fibers of the genetic helix was lengthened 4 to 6 times, about 12,000 years ago. Here is this photocyclid. It was intentionally lengthened and spliced, and they even saw a facet of the so-called photofibers, which is different from the natural genetic material. Accordingly, it shows that human life is a maximum of 130 years. It should be between 300 and 800 years. In 54, when this subject was revealed directly, in 1957, some scientists were trained accordingly, and they, husband and wife, began to do various kinds of experiments on them, as they wished, and in 74, they were ready. They introduced some so-called photostructural objects into their blood, purified the genome to the point where they said, "You're all ready now." 1978, they had a son with absolute full signs of 100% health. So, the photogenome showed an information cycle that this person is 350 minimum, 700 years old. And they said that we would investigate him further, and they are still researching him. In fact, the last information I got about him was in 2010, that he had had 11 children already, with perfectly healthy signs of a genetic spiral. His body's defense reaction is 40 to 50 times stronger than ours. He lives here in Moscow. When they did research on rats, also in the 70s, they increased the rat's life by 6 times. Sorry, the rat still lives, also here in Moscow, in a laboratory.
It was okay. So some says I don't believe it at all. That's your problems, my friend. Like that's not a matter of belief. Previously, I was demonstrating a video with the scientific proofs of the experiments conducted regarding the prolongation of life and recovering of the body, regenerating of the body, of the cells, animals and humans. So, for people who don't think we can influence the core of our planet and stop everything that's happening with cataclysms and with the core of our planet, you guys first have to think about that information is primarily. The information is primer. So, on informational level, we have to start fulfill the informational field with the information that will help us to solve this problem. So, yeah, your opinion, but your opinion is based on some information, and some information you don't aware about. Blindly trust them, I can blindly trust you only proof his words. No, I was demonstrating scientific works before you came on the stream. My friend, go and watch the forum called Global Crisis Responsibility. Thank you very much for everyone who was here on the stream. Thank you very much, Heather. Thank you very much, Peter, and you guys. But what if it's a lie? The scientific works is a lie. Okay, what is the truth then? Thank you very much, guys, and thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Thank you for coming every single time on the streams. I'm waiting for you on the next stream that will occur tomorrow. Thank you for your positive vibes as well and frequencies. And thank you for your time as well. So, cheers. See you tomorrow. Have a great day, have a great morning and a great night. I wish you all the best, guys. Take care. Don't forget about other people. Let's be fast doing good deeds. Let's spread the love. Let's watch the forum Global Crisis Responsibility using the link in my profile. Let's spread this information and don't stop. Do not be motivated by ignorant people. We can save the humanity, the planet, and each other. Thank you so much.